Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra and I'm a physician assistant in aesthetic medicine. So today we're going to talk about 5 ways to avoid 5 ways to avoid burnout while in PA school. So PA school for me was very stressful. It was tolling, it was anxiety ridden, it was intense. But everything was totally worth it. It was very fulfilling and I'm so happy I did it, obviously, because I'm a PA now. So I was in PA school about 3 years ago, and I wish that I really thought of these things while I was in school, because of course I did have a couple times where I had breakdowns, I cried. I didn't think I would get through it, but you obviously can, because if I can do it, you can do it. But I wanted to sit down and write out some ways for you guys to get through and not struggle so much. So let's jump in to the tips. So tip number 1 is to set time aside for yourself. So obviously that sounds pretty obvious, but it is so crazy how easily we forget when we're so busy to just take some time for ourselves. So once you're in school, you're going to know your schedule and you're going to know where you're going to have to be at what time and whatnot. So it should be easy for you to schedule in some time for yourself. And I mean, like, literally go into your phone or your calendar or whatever and set aside 30 minutes to an hour for you to do something that you enjoy. So sit down, watch some TV, and watch your favorite show or something, go to the gym, take a dance class, take a painting class, I don't know, do something for you. So tip number 2 is going to be schedule breaks into your study time. So I'm going to make a studying tips video as well, and this is going to be in it, but it's also part of avoiding burnout. So when you're studying and you have to study, all this information and you're there all night long, usually you get tired, you stop being able to retain as much information. So what I like to do is set a timer for an hour and put away all my distractions, put away my phone, put away my laptop, and really crunch down for that hour and study as much as I can. So then after that hour is over, I give myself a good 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to walk around, get some air, re-energize, do whatever you have to do to just cleanse yourself, give yourself a little break, and then hop right back in and set another hour interval and study again. So you can do it like that. You can set hour intervals or however long period of time that works for you, and it will help you stay sane, my friends. Woo! Tip number 3, and this for me was really important in PA school, and that is to study with your friends when possible. So for me, I hated studying by myself. I found that I didn't have as much motivation as when I was with my classmates studying with them, because in reality, I like to suffer, not alone, but with other people who are suffering just like me. So we can all suffer together. But really, studying with other people gives you more motivation. You guys can motivate each other, or you could just study separately. If you're done studying a certain section, you can sit together and quiz each other. So it's really beneficial to you guys, and it'll help your studying out. Tip number 4. So if you don't already, you're going to start drinking caffeine or matcha or something. Trust me, because PA school is tiring and you just need something extra to get you through the day. So if you're not a coffee drinker, congratulations, you are now. But yeah, so it's really important to energize yourself, and if you don't have time for coffee, then you can have one of those like edible caffeine things. For example, this is an energy bite thingy. I don't know if it's focused or not, sorry, I can't see. It is called Ritual Energy, and it is flavored almond and toasted coconut. There's only 70 calories. It is a natural energy bite. It has 100 milligrams of caffeine, which is equal to 1 cup of coffee. So I love this because the ingredients are almonds, dates, honey, toasted coconut, caffeine from green coffee, Himalayan pink salt, and vanilla beans. And that's it. So that stuff is really good and I like it a lot. It's not sponsored, I just like them a lot. But yeah, so if you don't like coffee and you don't like matcha, that is a good alternative. And tip number 5, the very last tip, and I said earlier one of my other ones was most important, but this one actually is the most important tip for me and for everyone, really, is to go to sleep when you are actually too tired. So if you are studying and you are falling asleep on your book, there's no point for you to stay up any longer. I used to pull all-nighters in college, and I looked back when I was in PA school and I was like, why did I do that? Like, what was so difficult that I had to stay up all night long to study? I don't know, because I didn't do it in PA school. So if I was tired, I knew I was not going to take in any more information. I was exhausted. My brain cells are exhausted. So I would literally just pack up my stuff and go home and go to sleep and plan to wake up early the next day to continue studying wherever I left off the night before, because sleep is extremely important in PA school, in life. It's just very important, okay? You need usually 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I usually get 8, so I go to sleep. You should too. So that's it, my 5 tips for avoiding burnout. If you guys have any other tips, you can comment them down below to help everybody out. But so this is a really short video, so I'm going to answer some of the question and answers that I have from my Instagram that I didn't get to when I posted. So I'm just going to answer them on here and you guys can hear the answers. Why did you feel surgery wasn't for you? Okay, so I worked in surgery for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, because I did some independent contractor in it. And I did and still do love surgery. It's just not my passion. So my favorite part of surgery is closing the incision, really, because that's the most artistic part of it, and that's what I like to do. So all the in-between stuff was like just not for me. Holding open things with retractors, and like I have no forearm strength. But yeah, so there was too much of the in-between, and I liked doing it, and I loved seeing cardio cases. Those were my favorite. I loved seeing the heart and the lungs, and it was so amazing. But in the end of the day, I was not in charge of anything, or like of myself, because at the end of the day, I had to wait on a doctor to start a case. The doctor is doing the whole entire case essentially, and I'm assisting. And yeah, so I like to be in charge. So as an aesthetic PA, I have nobody really telling me what to do. I just have a medical director, and I myself, go out and get trained and perfect my skills and whatnot. So really, nobody tells me what to do, and I like that. So that's what I enjoy. I really enjoy aesthetics. I like making people happy and more confident and enhance their natural beauty. So that was just like more up my alley, and I love surgery, but it's not for me. Best advice for avoiding tunnel vision during rotations on one specialty. So I think that means if you don't already have a specialty that you're interested in and you go to your first rotation, you're like, oh my god, this is it. I've never really experienced that. I guess it could happen, but you're gonna go on this one rotation and then maybe you'll have that tunnel vision or something, and then you go to your second one, then you'll start questioning yourself. So don't really worry about the tunnel vision. You're going to have all the rotations to go through, so don't worry about that. What is it about urgent care that you don't like? Urgent care just isn't for me. So I like aesthetics. That's just my preference. That's what I like to do. And urgent care, there is none of that. So that's why I don't like urgent care. But I did enjoy my time there. I got to learn more, medical stuff, such as managing diabetes and hypertension and all that. And I appreciate that because it was a nice review from school. But I'd rather be injecting some visas. Let's be real. Will working as a dental assistant count towards direct patient care experience? I would say yes, because you're dealing with patients, but then again, I also don't really know exactly what a dental care assistant does. So if you have contact with a patient and you're working with them, then I would say yes, but I'm not sure. So if anybody knows, comment below, help us out. Advice on best degree to lead to PA school. I hate this question. Guys, I get that question a lot. It's my least favorite question of which, what to major in for PA school. You guys can major in whatever you want as long as you get all the prerequisites for whatever school that you're applying to. So if you want to see what all you need for applying to PA school, I will link it in here somewhere for you to go to in my other video, okay? How long did it take you to become a PA? I went 4 years undergrad and then 2 years of my master's degree, so it took me 6 years in total. How many years were you in PA school for? I was in PA school for 2 years. Most programs are 24 months to like 28-ish, I think, like 2 years to 2.5 years. What's a typical day as a PA student? Great question. I actually have a whole entire video of that where I interview a friend who is currently in PA school, so I will link that again for you to watch. Advice for someone who just failed biochem, feeling discouraged in my PA journey. Don't feel discouraged. Just because you fail one class doesn't mean you're not going to be able to get to where you want to be. So for me, I failed physics the first time and I just retook it and I did better the next time. So it's not the end of the world if you fail a class. Just try to retake it and do a much better job, obviously, the second time around. Did you ever think of going to medical school, and advice on deciding between PA or MD? Again, I have another great video from a while ago. I'm not sure what I said in it anymore, but I'm gonna link it for you as well. Maybe I'll do an updated one, I'm not sure, but I have another video on that too. And my last question, how did you and your husband meet? I actually have known my husband since middle school, and then we started dating in college. So yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys got some tips out of the video and you use some of them in your life right now. So thank you again. I will see you next time. If you guys missed out on the question and answer on my Instagram, you can ask me any questions below and then I'll incorporate it again into another video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button if you want to, and the notification bell so you don't miss any videos by me. So I'm sorry, you guys, that I didn't post last week. I got busy. I forgot to write in my calendar that I was working on the day that I was planning on filming. So sorry, it won't happen again. Next video next Thursday. Bye. And one last thing is this shirt. It's so cute. It says on call hair, don't care. So I used to be on call and I loved this shirt. I'm not on call anymore, but it's okay. It's still a cute shirt. It's from Medthusiast. If you want to look at all her great medical apparel, I will link it down below for you as well. Okay, now bye.